Okay, so this is part 5 of my X4 X Hunt tutorial, and now it's Walrus. So yeah, the second half of this stage is can be pretty tough. The first part is not that bad, I'd say. It just has a significant amount of RNG because of the mini boss. So yeah, first, this is an ice stage, so of course there's ice physics, and you wanna take advantage of these slopes because, as you see, they send you down with a lot of speed. And you can add that speed to your dash. So when you get to the slope, you dash down. So the speed stacks with your dash. And you also want to build a charge. And you only need 2 shots, and that's what you are able to charge, because you want to kill this guy. And here, after you get at this spot, these platforms spawn, and they are, as soon as this one here spawns, they go on a cycle, so you have to move fast. The problem with moving fast, whoops, the problem trying to move fast is that here you have like this little enemy in your way, and here you have to stop to get this heart. And you have to use fire to get the heart. So yeah, so you have to stop, so that can be a problem, because we're trying to skip these platforms right here, this one and this one. If you move fast enough, you can get here before they despawn. But that can be a problem because you stop. And there's also this enemy that... This is the most important part of trying to get here, because before this little platform despawns, to get on top of this one and get here, because we can despawn this guy, and in order to despawn him you have to move in a pretty specific way. So yeah, so that's this first section. So you get here, just do a tiny hop to the start of this slope, and then you dash. Now when you dash finishes, jump and kill this guy. That's just so you have a more linear way to move in this spot. You can also jump over him. Should be a little bit faster because you get to use the entire slope to your advantage. Now if you want to jump over him, just get real close to this little guy. Make sure you dash, you're like right in front of him, and then you jump, and then you should be able to get over him every time. Should be a little bit faster because you take full advantage of this. But if you get hit, then the cycle gets much tighter. So it's a little bit safer to just get the charge, 2 shots, and then use those 2 shots to kill this guy. Then when you move down, you want to drop, right? You want to drop. In order to despawn the guy, you don't want the screen to pan down too much, like at least the least amount as possible. So to do that, you wanna grab this ledge right here, grab it, and after you grab it, you're going to dash here to this spot. After that, well, there will be a little enemy here. You're gonna have to use a charge to kill it, and after that you wanna jump here. And if you're high enough, you should be about a little bit lower like this. And if you're high enough, you'd get the heart, and then from here if you jump too high, the enemy usually spawns like this. If you jump too low, sometimes he also spawns. Like if you make like a tiny hop, oh yeah, if you make like a tiny hop to like, you get like touch this ledge, he usually spawns also. So you wanna do a jump kind of like in between like this high. This is too high, and if you just walk, he'll spawn. So just like a middle hop, like this, and that should despawn him if you grabbed that ledge and got here without moving the screen too much down. So 2 shots for that guy. Grab this air dash, kill, fire, and middle hop, and that should despawn him most of the time. Well, if you do it correctly, he will despawn 100% of the time. Oh, I'm not charging enough. Like that. So when you despawn this guy, it makes it pretty easy to get here, and then you catch this platform and you can get up here. Now there's another way to get this cycle without killing, despawning that guy, and you actually wanna go further down and wall kick from here. Now the guy will most likely spawn, so sometimes he won't, but he will most likely spawn. So what you do is build a charge, wall kick here, kill that guy, fire, and then when you get down here, just damage boost immediately. Like damage boost and go through him, and you will barely be able to make it up here, like exactly like that. Oh. Like this. So those are the 2 ways to get that fast ice, as we call it. I personally go for the let's grab. I feel like it's more consistent, and it gives you a little bit more time to actually get the cycle. It's also just a tiny bit faster because you're not taking the damage boost. Now let's say you either messed it up or you don't go for it. You have a few backups. One is, so we get to this platform right here, and then we go to the one up there. Sometimes the bottom one won't be there, so you use the web. Like web here, then you walk it here and get on top of the other one. So let's see. Like that. And sometimes if you're very slow or got hit or whatever, both of them will be gone. In that case, you should get here, shoot, wall kick the web, and you have to wait. You can't wall kick and air dash immediately because you won't make it. Like that, you will miss. You have to wall kick, make a full jump and move forward a little, and then air dash, and then you'll make it here. If you go, so if you go for the ledge grab and you miss and he still spawns, if you react fast enough, you can still damage boost through him and do the other setup as a backup to where you go like this. if you don't want to take any chances, you just throw the web and wait for it to fully despawn, because sometimes while it is despawning, you will grab onto it, like while it is despawning, and it won't let you grab the web that you shot. So yeah, that's about it for that first part. At the beginning of the stage, here, well, you have to go down because there's the heart. But if you go up here, there's another path. And some people, especially beginner runners, use this place to fill up the sub-tanks. So you have 2 here. And then you have, I believe, 6 up here to fill up your sub-tanks. So you have this place if you want to farm when you have a sub-tank. Of course, that's extremely slow. But if you are just a beginner, like, it's not a terrible idea to come here, fill up a sub-tank, and then go to any stage that you may want to go. And if you drop, just end up down here. Okay, so from here it's pretty straightforward. Just jump on and don't fall on the spikes. The only thing is, what I do is I get on this sledge and jump all the way to here. Oh. Okay, so that was a super like ice physics sending you flying. I'll explain that later. But yeah, I jumped from here to here. And I really only do that because of course, when you're dash jumping and you touch the ground, there will be a few frames where you will be just walking, because we can't do frame perfect jumps, we're only human. So it's really only to save like this, like that, like to save this little jump here, just optimizing a little bit. So yeah, that's about it. After that, just very straightforward. You want to have 4 shots ready at some point, and again, you have to abuse these slopes to dash on them, so the dash speed stacks with the slope speed. Again, here's more slopes. If you jump from like here, you will land at the beginning of the slope, like here, so you can jump and then dash, and you will get the full slope advantage. Then there will be an enemy, we're going to jump over him, and then you want to move fast enough to land in front of that other enemy, like this, and then you kill that one and keep going. Once you trigger the ice, it will start breaking. Like that, it starts breaking. But it goes, they have different parts, like this one's not breaking. This one will initiate another set of ice to break. But yeah, you wanna move fast enough to avoid, of course, falling to the spikes. So, in front of that one, you kill this guy, then you keep going. And while you're moving to here, you want to equip web, because you have the EX tank up here. So we shoot a web and get up here. However, from this part, what you can do is throw a web when you're jumping over this little pointy section. When you're about to touch the ground at like this part right here, about this area, and you can use that to get to the right wall. So you shoot this, get to the right wall, and then from here you have enough height to shoot another web and then get up there. Like this. So you jump from here, web, wall kick, wall, shoot, jump here. that's the ideal way. Now there is one different way that it's, as far as I know, just a few frames slower, to where you get to this part right here, and instead of shooting, you will be dashing from up here to take advantage of this slope, and then you'll jump from this ledge. From this ledge you will jump to the wall, and you can get to the top with the exact same amount of wall kicks. See? So this one just a little bit more optimal since you're moving from left to right, but this one is again pretty much the same. Oh, I fell. Well, yeah, I guess that can happen. You can fall from here if you try to do that, but it's not really a big deal. Then you get up here. Oh. Like that. Sometimes if you're too low, the ledges in this game, if you grab them too low, they will push you out, and like they won't let you grab the ledge. Or sometimes it will push you, so then you just climb a little bit back up and try again. Now from here, if you move, well, since all this is done in one motion, this platform here will be despawned. So when you get to the top, you wanna move fast. Oh. Because you wanna grab this and jump immediately down, and then you will be able to fall straight from the top, like over this thing, because it will not be here. So you wanna move fast when you get to the top. Oh. Let me... I think it despawns if I get it from here. Yeah, it's already spawning. So you move fast and then you can get down here without it crushing you or hitting you or anything. Now when you get down from the top there, you have a few options. I will actually make a save state like this. Now when you jump, you wanna have a charge. Well, you wanna charge 4, and you can land like back here and do that dash and kill the enemy and all those icicles. That's pretty easy. Or you can actually land in between the enemy and the spikes like that, and you can avoid the spikes on top, like these spikes, because of course they will kill you, and avoid the enemy. And this is slightly faster because you land further ahead. The only problem is that it's a little bit riskier, because if you move too much to the left, this spike will hit you and you will die. So I personally recommend to just land back here and then dash and kill the enemy. Same here, dash, and from up there, when you jump from this platform, if you barely clear the bottom of this platform, you can make it to here. As you can see, you can barely make it. If you are a little bit off, you will have to wall kick from here. Not a big deal, but you can clear all that section with only this jump. And sometimes you will also grab that one. So yeah, that can happen. It's kinda tight. but you can clear all that space. Now after I come down here, I'm always building a charge to kill this little guy and then use my other shots to kill this guy and that little guy behind him. Have this guy and that little guy. Now when you get about here, this cycle will spawn. Like, these platforms are on a cycle. You wanna move, as long as you keep dash jumping, you should make it so that you can get down here without one of the platforms crushing you, and you can actually make a fast fall. Like, you go down that entire section without touching any platform. So you just keep going. You have to land on that in this one, and then you just go and you make it down here. You can't wall kick on these platforms. Like, if you try, you can't wall kick on them. So it's actually much easier than it seems. Just land on this one and then go. You can actually make it from here all the way to this platform, this one, the one we used to jump down without grabbing the wall or touching the other platform, like all the way to here with only one jump. Let's see if I can... Oh. Yeah, like that, in one go, and then jump up down here also in one go. Now, there is one little thing that you can do, because we have ice physics. There is a, I believe, frame perfect hyper dash that you can do. You can see that when I let go and walking, he kinda slides for a little bit. When you're dash jumping, if you let go of the directional input, when you land at dash speed, you will get like a super slide that will send you like that, that will send you much further, and you can stack that speed with your dash like that. So you can see that I dashed from like back here more or less, and it got me, instead of stopping here, I stopped like here. So that's something that you can do on this stage. You have to let go of the direction one frame before touching the ground, and you will get a hyper dash like that, where you go flying. If you do that in this section, you will have to stop at the first platform, like on this one, and then jump here, because you went way too fast to make that one jump at the beginning without stopping. If you move fast enough and get the hyper slide like that, you get here way too fast, so you have to wait. But the time you gain from the hyper dash, it's more than what you lose from having to wait a little bit on the platform. So yeah, that's something to have in mind. And it's not really a big time loss to go for it. Remember that the dash only has a 6 frame penalty, and because we're in ice, I don't know if this is true, but it feels like the dash goes further. It might just be me, just my feeling. But yeah, it's not a big deal to go for it. If you miss it, you can just keep dash jumping all the way down here. Now we have a mini boss, so you want to switch to fire at some point during the fall or here. And because we have a boss door there, here is, in my opinion, always worth to go for a hyper dash to this door. Now, this guy is heavy RNG. This guy will lose you like 10 or 15 seconds if he feels like it, because he can close, go off screen, then you hit him again, then he just goes off screen again. That's the pattern you wanna see. You don't want him to close like this. And he can also like go to the wall like this. He closes and goes to the wall. And of course this is a huge time loss because he's immune during that entire animation. Fire will absolutely destroy him. You only need to use 2 fires if you get with RNG. Or if he does this, then you are fucked. You want to see that pattern where he doesn't close his claw. I mean, himself, I guess. And that's the worst, where he goes off the screen. Now, some things to note. At some point in the Mega Man X Discord, it was talked about how your positioning may affect what pattern he gives you. From what I tried, it feels like it may influence a bit, but it's in no way a manipulation. This boss is 100% RNG at the end of the day. When you kill him, the lower the better, because as you see he's going down, and that door right there that opens will not open until he's fully off screen. So in theory the fastest way to kill him is just jump in front of him, release, and hope he doesn't close. So you can use to fire immediately and kill him. That is the faster way to kill him because of that falling animation he has. Now, for the other pattern where he closes and slowly floats around the stage, what I do when I get that pattern, I get to this wall and wait for him and release the fire to the left, because if you release it to the right, he will usually move to the right and he will not open until he reaches the wall. So if I fire to the right here, if he closes, he will move all the way to the other side before opening. Mother of, please give me bad RNG. Yeah, so yeah, he doesn't open until he gets to the other side. So I get to the wall and actually Shoryuken to the wall like this. If not, sometimes he'll close again and move to the other side. So if you get that pattern, that's what I recommend. Like damage boost and then fire against the wall to avoid the pattern where he just floats around. But yeah, again, this guy is just completely RNG. There's not much you can do about it. My ritual, I guess, I just take a little step and then let X just kind of like slide on the ice and then release when he's kind of on a little bit of a high spot. Again, at the end of the day, this guy is just RNG. That's just like my ritual, like my placebo that just feels like it works half the time. But yeah, this guy loses a lot of time. And again, that's the pattern you wanna see, like him not closing at all. I wanna see if I can get it to work like once, but he will just not give me the RNG. Yeah, well, he's not cooperating. But yeah, that's basically this boss. Ideally, he dies the closest to the ground, but it's just not likely to happen. Oh yeah, you can get like a hyper slide in this fight and then misfire completely. I guess that's also something that can happen. Yeah, so that's the pattern you wanna see. As always, video how first part usually looks like. I don't think I got good RNG, I mean average RNG on this clip, but yeah, that's just luck. Okay, so for part 2, well, first, the mini boss from the last section. After you kill him, you want to be on the right, like where the door opens, because if not, X will walk from left to the door, so that's very slow. Now for second part, we have this ice. The top route is the faster route, so we're going to come here. You will mash this. They die by 3 lemons or like 2 green shots. You can go to other places, but this one is the faster. Be careful because you can like hyper dash here, and sometimes that can be a problem because in this first section, well, first you shoot a lemon from here, that'll hit the top block, and then while you destroy all these 3 blocks, you wanna walk, you don't wanna dash, because if you move too fast, you trigger this little guy. Now these guys, if you shoot a lemon at them from afar, they will close, and you will not be able to kill them. So if you move too fast here, he'll actually close before you can kill him, because you'll spawn him sooner since you're dashing like that, but he will close. Yeah, and he's in your way now, and you will have to bonk him. So you want to mash this while walking, and then at the end you can dash and most likely kill that guy and keep going just without problem. From here you jump to here, then mash these 2, and after you destroy the last one, you're gonna have a green charge. As I said, those mets close when you shoot a lemon at them, so that one will close, and you want to kill them, because from down here, if you shoot, get out, if you shoot, you hit this block right here and the one at the bottom, like this, so you clear your path to go down. So now these guys close when you shoot a lemon, but they don't close if you release a green shot. Like they don't react to that for some reason. Boom. So yeah, from here, whoops. From here you get a green shot, kill him, and then 2 lemons, and you can keep moving. From here you get a charge, 4 shots. As always, you want to barely clear this corner, so you do a short hop down here. Now from here, when a green shot or a fully charged shot destroy an ice, they go through him and hit the next one. So you use the 4 of them to destroy all this, then you mash to destroy the last one, and sometimes you will kill the Met. Sometimes he won't die. So when he doesn't die, after I mash, I have a green shot and release here. That'll also hit this block right here. After that I get another green shot, because 2 green shots will destroy this and kill all the enemies, the block, and also hits this one. And then this one you can either do 2 shots or another green to destroy it. Yeah, so be careful. To get here, usually you go down and then jump. You can also like walk off the ledge and do an air dash. That works. If you move too early, whoops. If you move too early, your shot may hit the one at the bottom. If you shoot too fast, sometimes the 2 shots will hit a block without going through it. So as you see, this one is not damaged when it should be damaged. Like that. So you have to shoot at a rhythm. Like if you're too fast, it'll be a problem. If you're too slow, of course, it's just slow. So be careful of that. Then green. Now the Met died. Sometimes he doesn't die, so that's why you use the green. And it also this, all the enemies in this, and you get to do that entire section. From here you wanna have fire, because we're going to go up, and of course fire goes up and destroys all these blocks, and then you can come here on this little space. Here you can air dash to get here. You can like drop and then jump here, doesn't really matter. And when you use fire, what I do is fire here and go up and then kill this guy. You can also destroy this one, that will usually kill the Met, and then use this left ice to get up here. I wanna say they are pretty comparable, because you destroy these 2 faster as soon as you get here. Well, this one you have to either walk or dash to get, so you get close to it and then fire. So I wanna say they're pretty comparable. So your choice. When you get up here, sometimes here's a better position. If you go too fast, this Met guy, sometimes he will be like on the edge, but the fire will not kill him. When he hits the ice, he turns around like this, but if you destroy the ice, he will jump on top of you. If you're fast enough, you can kill him right as he jumps at you, but of course he can hit you and that can be a problem. Now, because of the safe state he's there, sometimes he will be like here. That just happens. Or again, or you can go here and then go up here, like this, and you go. Now here's the X tank. So we destroy these 2 blocks that were in our way, this one and this one. And then we use fire to destroy the block in front of us, and we collect the X tank. Now these little explosions right here, after you destroy the block, they have like a lingering hitbox. Well, if you move right away, it will still hit you. And even if you wait, like the explosion wasn't there anymore and still hit you. So you have to wait a little bit and then jump over its hitbox. And that will usually make it so you get past the the explosion, but you cannot move immediately because it will hit you. So you'll wait a little bit and then jump. Then jump over these guys, these little guys, and now from here, this is what we call the gauntlet, because there's a lot of enemies and a lot of stuff to do. You wanna have basically a charge ready at every single moment of this section. So from up here, you will jump and try to avoid. It's kind of tight. Avoid this, this, and this, and you wanna jump all the way down here. We will usually jump from like right here, but if you don't wanna risk it, just get here and do a short hop, and that'll work every time. Now dash jump up here. Let's see how I do this here. Right, I shoot up, and then we use what I mentioned on the owl section after I grab the buster, that the shots actually stick to excess body for a few frames. So you shoot up here and then dash, and that'll kill the bulk of them. You also have these icebergs. If you stay close to them way too long, they will freeze the stage. And there's an animation that wastes a lot of time. So you want to move fast. If you take bonks and are hitting everything, those birds will freeze the stage and cost a lot of time. So from here, destroy these guys, jump, go fast enough to avoid the bird. From here, you will do the same thing, release and then jump, and the shot should be positioned just right to kill those two guys, like that. At the very least, this guy will die, and then you can jump over the second one. That's not really a problem. From here, you go like this, like right, left, and then go over this guy and land here. You can also do like left wall. I don't do it because I land here, and that usually like messes up my timing, but it should be faster if you do it correctly. Problem is, if I don't bonk this guy, I usually bonk this one, so I'm just more used to doing this, and that just puts me in the right place. So you go like this, kill this guy, move fast so that bird doesn't freeze the stage. Sometimes your buster will kill this guy, it's not necessary, but it's a nice safety thing that can happen, like that. You get here, kill this guy. Now from here, you have two options. You can jump here, kill these guys, because at this time you will only have one shot. Like, you will be here with only one shot. So you have two options. With this one shot, kill these two guys, keep moving, and then damage boost. Oops. Well, I guess you only need to destroy the one on top. So kill these guys, then damage boost here and keep going so the bird doesn't freeze the stage. If you damage boost there, it can be a problem, but you can still make it. No. Damn it. Just damage boost there and keep going. Now your other option is, when you get after you shoot the guy here, start charging, and you will be able to get 2 shots, so you can clear that entire last section without getting hit at all. So you will get here. You usually have 2 shots, so I'll just recreate that. Use one and then charge. You can get here if you land here on the edge of this platform, you can jump here and then walk under that guy. You have to walk a little bit. If you jump, it will hit you. You just have to walk for a few frames. So here, jump under this guy, and then you use 2 busters to kill the bird and the med. And your second shot, you will shoot and dash. Shoot and dash consecutively. And because the buster sticks to excess body, it will kill the med on this platform right here. And you can go through without taking damage. You can get here and move there really fast, but it's much safer to let it go of right a little bit and then repress. So yeah, that's the damage boost way. And that's the damageless way. So those are the 2 ways to clear that section. Damageless, it's a few frames faster, it's not a lot. Probably like 15 frames or something like that, because you're not taking the damage boost, but you have to walk for a few frames. So I recommend the damage boost, but killing them looks cooler, so it works for me. Now on this last part, it's kind of the same, to where you shoot and abuse the fact that the buster sticks to you. So you shoot like up here, but when you land, it will kill the med down here. And then you will dash and shoot, and it will kill this med right here. You only need like 2 shots. I always use 4 and just mash them. But in theory you only need 2 shots. Like that, and keep going. I always just mash it. And keep going. A little safety that you can do if you mess this up. Let's say I have the charge, then I just get hit and I will miss the cycle. Switch to fire and kill the bird. The bird will die immediately with fire. So that's a nice backup. Since you already got hit, doesn't matter if you waste your charges, because you will not use them since you screwed up this section. So yeah, that's this last part, like this. If you fucked it up, fire and keep moving. You have this big weapon pickup. For this fight we only need, I believe, 13 fires, but sometimes you can use fire as a backup during that entire section for the birds, so you may not have enough fire, so make sure to pick this up. And then we get to the boss fight, which is it actually has no RNG whatsoever. It takes like 2 minutes to explain, so that's nice. So you want to charge and have at least one shot. That's all you need. So what I do here is hold the button that you use to shoot special weapons, because you want a charge fire. Now, if you don't hold it, you will shoot a buster shot like this, and then press fire and you will shoot, and you will be frozen in place for a little bit. So if you're holding it, as the fight begins, you actually shoot the buster and you can move and you can start charging fire. Now, why we want to charge fire? Because, well, fire is his weakness. The small fire deals 4 damage. Buster does 3 damage, and charge fire does 5 damage. So it's just a math thing. You do 3 plus 5 and you get 8 damage. Since bosses have 48 health, it just lines up perfectly. So when a booster shot, then damage boost and use fire on his right side like this. The reason we use his right side is because if we fire from the left, he has this animation where he slides on the ground and he's immune during that entire animation. So by using fire on his right side, he gets a shorter dash and therefore a shorter period where he is immune. After that, he will always slide on the ground until he gets to the other side very slowly, and you can actually hit him during this part of his pattern. Like, you hit him and move away. So Buster shot, then charge fire, then small fires, 2, 3, for the 4th one you go over and then shoot. And right after he stops his slide and like regrows his fangs, there is a little period where his iframes reset, so you can do 2 fires, like 1, 2, real fast. So we had to abuse that because iframes are in this game, I think, are a little over a second. But by getting these 2 fire shots consecutively, you are saving a little bit of time of iframes. But that's basically the fight. Release fire is 1, 2, 3, over, 1, reset, and I missed. But yeah, that's the fight. There's no RNG on this fight. It's always the same. There I shot too early, and then you just keep firing until he dies. Like that. And yeah, that's Walrus. Like the fight is that simple. The stage is actually pretty tough, and I knew it would take me like 50 minutes to go through everything. Kinda like Owl because of the boss fight. But in this case, the boss fight is extremely free. Now, after the 4th Maverick, we have an obligatory boss fight against Colonel. Now, the reason we wanted to kill Walrus is because ice is his weakness. So that'll make this fight much faster because Charge Buster, like this, only deals 2 damage instead of the usual 3. And Ice deals 3, and Charged Ice deals 4. So that's why we wanted to have Ice for this fight, otherwise it's extremely slow. So yeah, that's pretty much it for this part. Next part will be this Colonel boss fight, and I'll probably also cover Stingray, because we get this fight, then go to Stingray, and this stage there's not much going on because it's only an auto scroller, and also cover that and the boss fight as well. So yeah, that's about it. Bye bye.